Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Dear viewers, be verbs. Definition. What is be verbs? It indicates us the continuous activity and the property of what you know of the subject in future, present, and past times. So, be is the verb, and let us see what is examples of be verbs. Be is the verb, but be is the first form of the verb. Second form of the verb is of the be is was. Third form is been. That is be was been. First form be includes is, am, and are. Second form includes was and were. Third form include will have been, shall have been. How to use it in tenses? I am eating a mango. Am auxiliary. He is eating a mango. They are eating a mango. Is am. He was eating. They were eating mangoes. Was and were. I shall have been eating a mango. They will have been eating mangoes. Will have been, shall have been. The present continuous uses different forms of the verb be depending on the person of the subject. Check how. As we said, it used the continuous activity. The first person uses am. The third person singular use is, and all other person use are. The verb is often contracted with the subject. For example, I am, as you see in the face. So that it was the uses of the continuous activity of the be verbs in the tenses. So we go ahead about be verbs, that how it is used in the property of the subject. The second use of the be verbs. To be verbs are, am, is, was, were, been, and being. They are used to describe or tell us the condition of people, things, places, and ideas. For example, they could tell us the subject's age, nationality, job, or other traits. That I said you the property of the subject. Age is the property of that subject. Nationality of the property of the subject. Job and other traits are the property of the subject. And I told you in the beginning the simple one words subject property of the subject. This is the second use of the be verbs. So there are two types of verbs: main verbs and auxiliary verb. That is be verb, and this is the backbone. Be verb is the backbone of the tenses and separation of sentences from one another. So go ahead. Examples: I am a king. So who was a king? King is the subject. Subject is I. So king is the property of I. He is a doctor. She is a nurse. So nurse is doctor of she. So he was a king in past tense. She was a queen. Elizabeth was a queen of UK. They were good players. So players are the UK queens are Elizabeth and she was a queen. So these are all the property of the subject. He will be a doctor. Who was a doctor? He is a doctor. And he is a doctor and he is a doctor. So this is the property of the he, and he is a subject. She will be a nurse. They will be good players. Good players. Who will be the good players? They, the subject. So I already told you the property of the subject. And so let us conclude the be verbs. The verb be is used as an auxiliary verb and it can also be used as a main verb. The verb be is irregular. It has 8 different forms: be, am, is, are, was, were, being, been. So I already told you that it is the backbone of tenses and knowing the separation of tenses from one another. Thank you.